So here is our patient. I'm going to assume that 50% loss of extension means that this poor woman can't go past about this much, about minus 40 degrees of extension. So I've got her positioned, I hope, comfortably in this position here. And I'm going to start with lateral movement of the hip. It doesn't actually exist too much in the hip, and there's not much glide in the hip. It's really more of the other movements of rocking and pivoting, but we have to have as much capsular mobility as possible to allow the full motion. So that's why I'm going to start with grade 1 lateral movement of the hip in order to assess the pain, and then gradually move into grade 4 in the other position. So I've done my best to get myself well positioned on the dining room table here, and I will put my hand here, close as I can be to her hip, and have my body mechanics, and I'm going to pull up gently. Hard for me to note exactly what grade 1 is against the weight of everything else, but it feels like I am doing a grade 1. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Do you feel any movement in your hip, tell the truth? Or is it more just pressure on mine? Okay. And then that's about 10 so far of oscillations. I'm going to assume that helped relax any resistance or pain that there is. Then I'm going to move into caudal direction of longitudinal cauded mobilization to try to increase capsular mobility also. I am going to get off my stool that I'm here at, because I don't need to be so high. Now I know that the book says to use my thumbs on the femur, the head of the femur, but when I tried it, it tickles them too much. So I'm going to use my heel and still try to do grade 1 again. Well, okay, I'll try. Don't laugh, okay? Try not to laugh so she can see, okay?
Okay.
All right. So if he laughs, I'm going to have to move. So I've got my thumbs. Let's move you forward just a little bit so you can see better. My thumbs on the top of the head, the femur here, and I'm going to push that way, trying to do a little bit of grade 1 mobilization in the caudal direction, hoping that the scar is nowhere around here. If it is, I would have to maybe change the way I did it, which is perhaps come down here. I would probably come down here if the scar were here, and then instead go this way. But I just feel like I have more control over there in the assumption that the scar is nowhere here. So that would be 10 grade 1, sorry, just tickled you, 10 grade 1 mobilizations. We're pretending that's 10. And then I would go into grade 4. From that, I would put my heel of my hand on the ball of the femur and go into grade 4 to get more capsular mobility. Is that hurting?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No, that's fine.
That one doesn't tickle either, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
It's firmer.
What?
It's firmer.
Firmer, yeah. Okay, and that's 10. Alright, I'm going to turn off the camera because I have to change positions.